Good morning. I'm Mary, and I'm Pinky Mom's sister's in the kitchen, at least part of it. My sister's at home this morning, but we'll be back together tomorrow. Josh, good morning. And I'm going to wait a few minutes because from me being behind the camera, watching Linda yesterday on her video, it seems that it takes a few minutes for it to catch up to us talking. So that's why I'm giving it just a second so that y'all won't miss something I say. So, again, I'm by myself cooking this morning, but Linda and I both would be doing an out and about tomorrow. And then we'll get back to cooking together next week. We just had some things we had to take care of this week. So tomorrow we will be back together doing out and about. Our first cousin is in the hospital, and we're going to go visit her and then do some other out and about in Nacogdoches. But today I am making ham and cheese kolaches. That's kind of hard for me to say that word, so I'm going to try not to say it too many times. You can do ham and cheese, sausage. You can do all kinds of things with this dough. This is a basic dough that you can do lots of things with. Make garlic sticks with it. It is a super good recipe. I hope that it works out for y'all. I've made them twice and they've turned out beautiful. But on camera sometimes it doesn't work out that way so well. But anyway, I'm going to give y'all the recipe and try to hopefully this works out. Anything I seem to do with yeast doesn't always work in my favor. Good morning, Robin and Charla and Dawn and Joanne and all you followers out there. We appreciate y'all so much, and thank y'all for joining me this morning. You and all of y'all and just y'all just super supportive, and we appreciate, Linda and I both appreciate that. So I'm going to start out with, I'm using my heavy duty, no, it's not a heavy duty. I'm using my stand mixer. If you do not have a mixer, you can do this without a mixer. You just do it with your hands. My hands, I have arthritis, so I have to use the dough hook on my mixer. But you can do this same recipe with your hands. I'm going to start out with a cup of flour. That's all-purpose flour. A cup and 1/4 all-purpose flour. And I'm going to do a cup of imperial sugar, fine sugar. As y'all all know, they sponsor us. The Imperial Sugar does. And I'm using a 1/3 cup of that. I'm using an 1/8 a teaspoon of nutmeg. If you don't want nutmeg in it, you don't have to put it in it. But this recipe calls for it. So an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg and 2.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. So that's one. And this is all-purpose flour, so I am using, that's 2 teaspoons and a half. And what I'm going to do, now that I'm using the mixer, I'm going to mix it with my mixer. But if you don't, use a whisk. And I'm going to use it I'm going to do it in slow motion, on low. All I'm doing is combining it. And another reason for that is so my hands will be free to do something else. Now I'm going to go ahead, while that's mixing, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I have got 1/3 cup of butter. I'm gonna lower that camera just a tad because I know that some of you don't always see what we're cooking. So I'm gonna lower it just a tad for you. I'll tell you, I went ahead and put this on a low burner, 1/3 cup, but actually the recipe says soft butter, but I went ahead and put it in here and let it get melted because it's got to melt anyway. Now, I'm putting in with the 1/3 cup of butter. I'm putting a 1/4 cup of water. And let me get my milk. And 3/4 a cup of whole milk. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot something. You know what? I made a recipe this morning and I messed up. I messed up. Big time. One package of yeast. Let me get the scissors. That's what I get. You put this 1 packet of yeast in with your dry ingredients. Y'all gonna like it, me. I thought I was being so smart. I got up this morning and I made a batch of this so I could show you how I roll it out and everything. And I forgot, when I put the yeast in it just then, I happen to remember, I did not even put the yeast in my dough this morning. So anyway, I'm going to do the best I can, and we'll see how it works out. But I got to get some milk in here. But I forgot to put the yeast in my dough. So I won't be able to do what I wanted to do. 3/4 a cup of milk. I want to tell y'all, probably one of the reasons that I forgot to put that yeast on this morning, I have 2 phones. They were constantly ringing, both of them, the whole time I was mixing this up. I didn't want to stop and go check on it to see who it was. So that's what I did. I want to make sure it wasn't my sister or immediate family or something. It wasn't. So I get distracted very easily. And that's what happened. I went to check on the phone, and I feel like that's what happened because I know this is yeast bread. Anyway, that's just one of my mistakes. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to test this. I'm using a thermometer to test this milk because it needs to be at least 120 or to 130 degrees. You don't want it hot when you pour it into this. So I'm going to, and I picked the boiler up. And I'm going to tip it because I don't want the tip of my thermometer to hit the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to see if this is warm enough. Don't think it is because I haven't had the burner on. And I just put that cold. No, I'm going to have to turn the burner on. I just put that cold milk in it and that water. The butter was melted, but I'm going to give it just a second. And all this right here is doing, it's not hurting anything. I hope y'all can hear me. It's just mixing up my dry ingredients. I can't believe I did that. I've been looking at that pan of dough for an hour, and I said, that is not rising. And it still did not hit me until I put my yeast in there just now. I was trying to be so smart. I'm trying to be so efficient. So anyway, all this doing is stirring. I can turn it off because it just had to stir, and it does not take long for this to get to the right temperature. So y'all, I'm gonna test it now and see, because you don't want this. This is milk, water, and butter, and you don't want it too hot, or it will kill the yeast. It ain't got hot enough yet. So I hope y'all are having a good day. And I thought I'm not going to let this ruin my day. I'm not going to do it because I'm making another batch. What I was going to do, I was going to make these and freeze them for Christmas. You can do these. I made some similar to this at Linda's birthday party a couple years ago, and because we were staying in a cabin, we rented I rented a cabin for all of us to stay in, and so I knew we was going to be so busy. I made a bunch of breakfast kolaches for and put them in the freezer, and then we just took them out and put them in the microwave or oven. And that's what I was going to do. I was going to make all these kolaches today and freeze them for Christmas. So Christmas, the morning that I have all my kids here, I wouldn't have to cook. They could just pop one in the microwave. But that's okay. That dough is ruined. I'll just make another one. Uh-oh. 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 I did not want that to boil. So now it's going to take a few minutes for it to cool. Let me check it, but I know I got it too hot. It's supposed to be 120 to 130 degrees. And boy, is it climbing the ladder. Okay. It looks like it's going to be 150. So I'm just going to set that aside and let it cool off a little bit. It won't take it long to cool. I'll turn that off. And you preheat your oven to 375, but I won't be able to put them in the oven this morning because my dough has to rise for an hour. So I'll have to, since I don't have my dough that I made up this morning, it's not going to be any good. I will just have to come back and show you the finished product. That's all I can do. It's just one of those things. Talked to Linda this morning. She's doing okay. I think she said she slept a little later than normal because she didn't have to get up, and she needed that. She's been working so hard, and she needed to rest some. So, okay. This is, get my flour here. I do have, I have the ones that I made last night. I can show you the finished product. It's just I won't be able to show you how I got to that point, but I'll do that. I'll do that for y'all later. I just got to get the milk. I just got to get this cooled off so we can finish it. Our first cousin is in the hospital in Nacogdoches, so we're going to go visit her tomorrow, and then ride around in the country, and we'll do some live videos tomorrow with us together out and about. We'll have a great day just being together, because we need that. We need to just get out and have a fun day, because you know we've been so busy with the holidays and everything, and so we need to just get out and have fun. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see here. Put that aside. All right. I hate, I was talking and wasn't paying attention that I had my burner on too high. I'm going to try it again, y'all. It doesn't take it that long to cool down, but I sure don't want to kill my yeast. Especially since I didn't put yeast in the first batch. It's cooled down a little bit, but it's not quite ready. So I plan on starting the Christmas decorations in my yard probably Monday. And Chuck is going to, of course, Chuck has to do it for me. I'll help him some, but he has to do most of it. And then we're going to have some of the children from my church is going to come out and sing for y'all. I don't know yet for sure the date. I'm thinking it may be the 16th of December, but I'm not sure on that date. We will let y'all know. And I thought y'all might enjoy seeing the kids sing. They always sing for the church. We don't have that many in the church, children, but the ones we have are really precious, precious children, and they love to sing too. So I'm looking forward to them coming out, and we'll have some cookies and hot chocolate for them, you know, just make a little fun time for them. And also, y'all, this is the last of the month, and we forgot to announce earlier that this is the last of the month. If you've had a birthday in November, then you can text it to our business phone number. Text us the date, not the year, the date of your birthday in November, only November birthdays. Text it to 903-235-4804. And after I get off the camera, because this is the same phone that I'm using. So if you had a birthday this month, we would do the drawing, and then Tuesday, when Linda and I are back together again, we will announce the winner for the November. And whenever you post your birthday, the year, I mean the day, November, whatever day, we need your address, because posting your name, if we don't have somewhere way to contact you and get this apron to you, we don't know how to do that. I mean, we can't do that. And also specify if you want a pink or a white. This is our white apron. And we sell these aprons for $25 on our website, and it's pink or white. So specify which color that you want. All right, I'm going to test this again, y'all. Should be cooled down enough now. I think it probably has. Let's see here. Oh. I believe it has. Okay, now I'll turn this on again on low, and I'll pour this in here. Okay. I'm going to turn it up just a tad, and I'm going to set the timer. It says beat it for 2 minutes. 2 minutes for on low. I may have it a little bit high. I'm just mixing it. This has got yeast, flour, nutmeg, salt, egg, butter, milk, and water. And I'm just going to beat that for about 2 minutes, and then I will start adding. Takes 2 eggs. That's what I'll be putting in there next, is 2 eggs. And I've already cracked these, but they're still cold. I just got them out of the refrigerator just before we came on. And if any one of you just joined us, I am making ham and cheese kolaches. I'm actually going to make ham and cheese and sausage. And I'm also going to put some fruit. And that's what I'm saying. I can't even do this on camera this time. I'm going to have to break and come back after it all rises. It takes an hour for this to rise. And I tried to get it where I could just take the bowl that I'd already mixed up and roll them out and show you how to do it. But forgot my yeast. I'm going to try not to say that again. I am really frustrated myself. But I tell you, I cannot get distracted in the kitchen. I don't know if y'all are that way or not, but that phone ringing, I'm making kolaches this morning. I tell you, this is the best dough. I eat one of them. I ate 2 of them last night, matter of fact. That dough, this dough is so good. It is so light, and it is, I mean, I have got to not be eating so many of these, because the dough is an excellent dough. Okay, there's my buzzard. I've got 2 eggs cracked. I'm putting them in here. And I'm gonna speed the mixer up just 1 notch. And I'm gonna beat that for 2 minutes. That may sound like a lot, but it's 2 minutes, and then once you get all your flour in there, it's 6 minutes. So I'm going to just beat that up. It's just getting the ingredients incorporated good. And the flour, the remainder of the flour that goes in here is 2 3/4. All together, I'm using 4 cups of flour. All-purpose flour, but you don't. And in the recipe on the members page, I said just put all your flour in the bowl and all your seasonings and mix it up. You can do it that way, but I've tried this several ways, and I need to go back on the members page and say start out with 1 1/4 cups of flour with your other ingredients, then add just your flour at the end, because I think it worked out better. I don't know, seems like every time you work with yeast and dough, that it does a little different. Could be the weather, I don't know. But that what's worked best for me is start out with 1 1/4 cups of flour with all your dry seasonings. Mix that up, and then after you've added your milk and your eggs and liquids, then add the flour. And you slowly add the flour in with this. So, I'm going to go ahead but I have to turn this back on low to start adding this flour. So, it doesn't matter. I'm using 1/3 cup, but it does not matter what you do. You just want to make sure that you scrape down the bowl, the sides of the bowl, when it starts starts sticking to the sides. And if you get to where you haven't added quite all of the flour, you might not use it all, but I've used all of it so far with all the recipes that I've made. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to scrape down the sides. I'm going to show you. See, you know how whenever you're mixing, the flour gathers on the side? Well, you need to get it in there. And just keep adding it. But you don't want to add too much flour at one time, because it will come out of the bowl. So you just put a little bit at a time, work it. And the thicker it gets, now I'm gonna scrape the bowl down again. That flour comes up on the sides. I don't know if that's all mixer stands or not, but mine's that way. All right, let's go again. I broke the knob off of my mixer this morning, tightening this thing down. I broke that off. My mixer got hot this morning of mixing the dough, the batch I did this morning. So I'm probably going to have to buy me a new mixer pretty soon. I need a heavy duty one, you know, if I'm going to be making breads. And there's something about it that I like to do. I like to make breads. Now this is the last of the 2 3/4 cups. I'm going to scrape my bowl down again. And y'all probably say that this is not worth it. But if you're wanting to do this ahead of time and not have to do it when you have company, it is worth it. Trust me. And I'm going to add this last bit of flour in here. All right. Okay. All right. My flour is all in the bottom, so I got to get that out. I think every time I make this, you do a little bit different. No, I don't mean completely different, but about how much you need to. You just got to mix that flour. When the flour gets mixed up. All right, okay. I'm gonna get it off of the hook. I mean this is a paddle. And it's a little thicker than what normally. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to change to the dough hook, which you're supposed to but I think this is a little bit thicker. I should have held off on that last fourth of a cup of flour because it's really thick. I'm going to make a King Ranch casserole next week. I think I better stick with my casseroles. It seems like I have better luck with them. And I guess because I like them so much. I don't know. I eat a lot of... I'm going to take this hook off. I'm going to take this paddle off. And I'm going to add the dough hook. Now, like I said, let me show you. This, you need to knead it. If you're not using a stand mixer with the hook dough, you knead this just with your hands. Just knead it over and over and over again for about 6 or 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if you're doing it by hand. Okay, now I'm gonna have to lock this thing down. This is where my mixer wants to jump off the counter because it's so heavy. And that's why I think I need a heavy duty one. Okay, I'm going to stop and I'm going to get it off of that hook. When you stop and rearrange your dough, it's situating it better. I wish I could do this with my hand, but I can't. So I have to use this mixer. Now, because it situates the dough different when you take it off like that. And you just knead this for about, I'm gonna knead it for 6 minutes in this mixer. If you're doing this by hand, you probably need to do it 10 minutes with your hands. Just work it over and over and over again. You just kneading your bread. It has a really good texture. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Y'all probably going to say, that's not going to be worth it, but it really is. It really is. Okay. Changed it again. Because if you was doing this with your hands, you could be rearranging the dough a lot. But with this, I think I probably need a new mixer. Makes a lot of noise, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to do it again. I'm just rearranging it, like I said, giving it a good boost. Rearrange that a little bit. It makes a beautiful dough. Let me see if I can get y'all where I can see it again. It's not supposed to be, I think it's 49 degrees outside now. I'm looking at the thermometer. It's going to be actually colder in the morning than it is this morning. But it's not going to be raining nothing. I think it's going to be a beautiful day for us to get out. Okay. I'm just doing the same thing. Taking it off and rearranging it. I used to knead dough with my hands, but I just can't do that anymore, so I rely on this mixer. I will say, because I have done this more than a couple times. Um, Kneading process is very important on this dough. So, because the first time I did not knead it as much, and it wasn't as light, and the texture wasn't as light. It was a little more dense. So I've been trying to do it a little bit different and kneading it more, mixing it more, whatever. So I just keep doing this. I beat it for a little bit and then take it, scrape my hook, and it likes another minute, and we'll be through with the dough, and then I will show you the finished product. And you hear my mixer bogging down? I'm going to have to get another mixer. I know I'm working this mixer to death. I know that. Oh, goodness. Okay. I just want it to be mixed good, because it does make a difference the longer you knead it. Y'all know how to do the window pane test when you're doing dough? I know how. Yeah, my mixer's getting hot. That's okay. That's all right. I'm almost through. I like 13 seconds, and I'll beat this with the hook for 6 minutes. Okay. All right, my buzzer went off. So I beat this for 6 minutes, and this is how the dough looks. Get it off that hook. It comes off the hook pretty clean. Okay, see? Now, I got to get this, my bow tightens whenever. That's another thing I can't hardly do is loosen this bow once it beats so hot. All right, Mary, come on. Let me turn around this way. It tightens on there so tight. Well, I know you're supposed to turn it to the left. Okay, Mary. Well, I'll tell you what. I have greased a bowl. You put oil, butter, oil is what I use. Oil in a big bowl, big enough that it can rise. And then I'm going to get my... I'm going to get my bowl scraper. I'm going to have to get Chuck to get this off for me. It's on there too tight. But see, that's all my dough right there. I'm putting it in that bowl. And I'm turning it. I'm turning it so the oil get all over it. And then I'm going to cover it. Let me wash my hands. I've got my oven on 200, so this will rise faster, but you need to let it rise for 45 minutes to an hour. It depends on what the temperature is in your house. It may take longer. I think I let that rise an hour and a half last night. Put a clean towel over the bowl, and I set it on the stove. I set it on the stove for, I got the oven on 200. It just brings up a little bit of heat that will help rise this. Now I'm going to show you my mistake. I made this morning. See this? This does not have any yeast in it, or this bowl would be full. So that's the first mistake I made this morning. So this dough is going to be thrown away. I did this so I could how I could show you how I roll it out. I already had my mat here ready and everything. But I'm going to have to let that rise for an hour. And then after the hour is up, I will come back on and show you how I roll it out, because there's a couple other steps you do. But I will show you how they turn. This is a completed product here. And I'll have to show you how you do this. But I have got, I'll cut into it and show you. This is my dough. This is sesame. This is basil seasoning on top. And I made these last night and put them in the refrigerator. I'm just going to cut one open and show you. That's ham and cheese in there. And the dough is really delicious. And then I did some sausage. I just did little strips and wrapped it around. This is sausage with cheese in it. This is what I used. It's Johnsonville batter with cheese. This is the sausage that I used. And then I just used ham. And but this is what I'm going to put. I'm going to wrap these individually in a baggie, and then put them all in a baggie and put them in the freezer. And I'll have them for Christmas for the kids. Now, like I said, this is ham and cheese. This right here, I'm gonna show you this. This sausage. This is a sausage. I know now. Well, it's got cheese in it. You can see. When they're heated up, put in the microwave, that will get hot again. But this one particular, see, it's a little smaller. I actually cut the sausage in half, because when I looked at this, I said, that's going to be too much for the children. So I made half a sausage and put it and wrapped it in this. And I will come back on film and show you when that dough rises, and it'll rise. I will come back and show you how I roll it out to get it into this form. And again, I just try all kinds of ways. This is what I did at Linda's birthday party. I did them in little strips and just wrapped it around the sausage, because that way you don't get as much bread. But this dough is delicious. Now, I'll show you something else I done. I made some little pastries. I did some little pastries. I made it, and I'll show y'all how to do this. This one's a little bigger than what I wanted. Can y'all see it? That is peach. I didn't do that yesterday. I made some peaches the other day. I did it just like a wood pie filling. Didn't make it quite as thick, but it's peaches. And you can do blackberries. I thawed out some blackberries out of the freezer. I was going to make a blackberry filling. You can do any kind of fruit filling you want. And then I did some frosting. This is frosting. I had some frosting left from a cake, and I just put it in the microwave for 10 seconds, stirred it up, and then put it in a container. I'll put it in this right here. This is a Wilton, but Pepper Chef does have one. And I just sprinkled it on top. These are delicious. I think I ate 2 of these last night. I'm going to cut this open and show y'all. That dough is delicious. It is delicious. And that the peach filling that I made was really good with this dough. It's a very good basic dough recipe. So you can do all kinds of things with this. Just whatever you want to do. I'm going to try some more different things to do with it, with different shapes and everything. But you can put cream cheese. You can do a cream cheese filling. And whenever that rises, and like I said, it's going to take it an hour or longer to rise. So that would be, I will get back on here 11, 12, 1. I'll probably get back on here about 1 o'clock and roll it out. let's see, 11, 12, 1. That's 2 hours. Maybe 12:30. I'll come back on at 12:30 and roll it out and show you how I make these in this form. So I didn't intend to keep y'all off and on all day, but I was trying my best to get a recipe made up so we could go ahead and roll them out now. But I made a mistake. So anyway, it's okay. Hey, the devil, he does everything in the world to stop us. But you know what? I am not going to be defeated. I don't care if you've got something you're struggling with. Just go to the Lord with it. Lord, I'm telling you, he's the answer. He's the answer. We just can't let the devil get us down. You know, life is just, we have lots of ups and downs every day. You just have to learn to cope with them. You know, don't let it get you down. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all following us and appreciate all your love, your comments. And, oh, y'all want me to taste this on camera? Y'all can't taste it. I don't know if you know, but when you see me bite that off, that dough just springs right back out. It's very light and fluffy. It's a very good dough. So, work with it. Just don't forget to put your yeast in it. That's a life on me today. I tell you, I make so many mistakes. I need my sister back. Oh, that wouldn't really make no difference if my sister was with me because of the yeast, because I did that and she wasn't. That's not it. It's just that I let that phone distract me this morning. But anyway, I'm going to have a good day. Hope y'all have a good day. Don't forget to count your blessings. And I hope to see you in about another hour and a half. And I'll come back and roll it out and show you how I made these. Love y'all. Bye-bye.